Hi friends, I've come back today to do some more crafts with you, but today's a little different. We're not focusing on the outcome, we're focusing on the process. This is crafts to relax. So it doesn't really matter what it ends up looking like. It's more the process and not the product. So we're going to do 3 today. One is with watercolors, going to end up looking like this. One is with any kind of color that you want to use. We've got crayons or color pencils, highlighters, markers, whatever you want to use. And we're going to do something like this. And again, it's just the process. I don't know if you can see the hand or not in there. And then this last one is like making our own coloring book sheet. And it can be also any kind of marker, crayon, color pencil, whatever you want to use. So today we are going to start with the watercolors. So if you have watercolor paper, that's awesome. I do not. I just have regular paper. So I've already started and I'll just show you how this works. So I got a little watercolor palette here, and I found out pretty quick that it works better if I get my colors nice and wet before I start. I don't have much experience with watercolor. This actually, I think, is one of my kids from when they were young. So I am just going to get these wet. So this will work better. All right, so we're gonna start with this color, a lighter color. So if you can see, I'm just making some circles. Just like this. And then I'm gonna get a different color and just put it in the middle and see how it stretches out. See it more, I think, once it dries a little bit. And that's pretty much it. These are crafts you can do with listening to your favorite music or your favorite television show, having it in the background. It's just something to help you relax and clear your mind a little bit from all this crazy that's going on in the world today. It's just a neat way to spend some time. And so if you see, oh, this is black. I don't think anything's going to go on black. Let's try red. Oh, I can see that a little bit. So you can make different shapes. I'm just choosing circles, and it's just something to relax. So you can finish up the whole page or whatever works for you. And the colors just kind of blend in. And that's it. Pretty simple. So we're going to go to our next one. Push this off to the side. Alright, so this one is like line art. And you want to trace something. So I've chosen my hand. It's pretty simple, very accessible. So I just thought I would trace my hand, and then you're just making lines. This is made with highlighters. And so I've got some extra paper here. I'll start another one. So you just take your paper and I'll copy my hand. Just like this. And actually, it's kind of oddly relaxing to just trace your hand. So that adds to the exercise. And then if you can get a second sheet of paper just to help you with keeping your lines straight. So This is not going to be perfect, and it's not meant to be. Again, it's just the process. So don't worry about it, is what I'm trying to say. Don't worry about it if everything isn't even. But having a second sheet of paper on top as a guideline will help. And then what you want to try to do is make a similar distance between your lines. So let me show you. We'll see. So if you get a marker that has an angle, I have some markers that are finer point, and it didn't work well for me because I didn't have as much of an angle. And so I was just one straight point. I couldn't make it super straight. So I am just trying to put the same amount of distance between. And then what you're going to do when you get to your image, which mine's a hand. So you want to make a upward wave. So here's a finger, so I'm going to go up like this. And here's a finger, so I'm going to go up like this. Just like that. So you stop at the line and you make a wave every time you get to the next line. So now I did it two different ways. If you can see, these are shallow waves, and that was one great big one to follow my finger. So that's probably wasn't a great idea. So we'll see how that changes once we get through a little bit. So I'm thinking that a shallower curve is a better idea instead of trying to cover up that top until maybe I came with a different color. So let me show you what I mean once I get to the body of the hand. Until I get to the palm part of my hand. All right, so I'm going with shallow curves. So you want to do this all the way down. Almost there. I want to show you the difference. So these are the fingers. Oh, here's one. So I hit the palm. If you can see, it's one big curve. So here's another one. Like this. That's the palm. Now I'm over to the thumb. So one big hand, one big curve at the main part of my hand. I have a scrap piece of construction paper or cardstock up underneath my workspace, so I keep everything clean. I don't get marker on anything. So that comes in handy. Almost at the bottom. So if you did this with color pencils, that might work out well because you can lay that flat. Also, crayons might work, but anything super sharp might be a little more difficult. And you want something that just goes over smooth so that you can just relax and don't worry about it not being perfect, because as you can tell, mine's already not perfect. So I think I'm going to put blue at the very tip. All right, so then just pick whatever other color you want to use and go to the second one. So let's use orange. So you just follow through and trace your mark that you already put on. Don't need the extra paper anymore. So the more slanted I keep this marker, the better it goes. All right, so then you follow up with these lines. So let me show you a difference. All right, so see what I mean? That one big curve is a little too much curve. So if I were you, I'd stick to the more shallow, because I don't think it's going to work as well. And then as you run into more of your outlined picture, mine is a hand, then you will be able to add on, like the fingers that I'm running into, you'll be able to add on. All right, that's it. So you just keep changing colors and going one after the other. And this is what it ends up looking like. You can see the hand kind of 3D-ish. And it's just fun. It's relaxing. You can do that while I'm watching television or just listening to some music, and it can help you relax. All right, last one for today is something like this. And we're just making our own coloring page, sort of. And you can use whatever to connect and color. So I'm gonna grab this, get your favorite pen, and you can't mess this up. You just swirl. Or you can make straight lines like boxes and rectangles. But what you do want to do is cross over so you have areas to color. Just like this. And then I'm going to use crayons. The one I did and showed you already is color pencils. So I like the way a crayon feels when you're coloring. But you can also use markers or whatever you happen to have at home. You can even use your watercolor here if you'd like to do that, or acrylic, whatever you have at your house. And you can change up with patterns. It's whatever you want to do. So I did orange first, but there's another way I like to color. I'll do red. So I'm outlining. Again, it's totally up to you. It's whatever you want to do and however relaxing it is for you. Clear your mind and just have fun. So I like to do light streaky lines with crayons. Just like that, and that's it. Really easy. Make your own. This is what the finished product looks like. And remember, it's all about the process, not the product. So it's just a way to unplug a little bit, have a little fun with some art, some crafting, and just relax. So thanks for joining me. We'll see you next time.